Hi guys, welcome to my channel, and today I'm gonna be sharing 10 tips that I learned from this book called How to Be Happy or at least Less Sad. If you were ever in that place, you know what kind of sadness or depression that I'm talking about, and it's not just having a hard time getting out of bed every morning. The following 10 tips will definitely work for you. I mean, at least one. And that makes the huge difference, right? I'll be talking more about this book itself at the end of this video, but now let's start with the 10 tips. Tip number 1, don't try too hard to be happy. Instead, try being less sad. Does it make sense to you? Happy actually can be a really strong word, and the harder you try to be happy, the harder it becomes, and the harder it becomes, the sadder you will feel. So instead of trying so hard to make yourself happy, just maybe try being less sad. It is much more achievable, and it just stops you from spiraling into the sadness, and it is essentially the same as being happier. Leaving a bit from the sadder side, you're getting closer to the happier side. Tip number 2, remind yourself to breathe properly. This I found really useful to deal with my panic attack. And the key is to inhale with your nose and count 3, and exhale with your mouth and count 5. And let's do it together. This is actually a really simple tip that you can do it anytime, anywhere. Tip number 3. Our brains are actually a lot better at processing negative information, so it's less useful these days. Now try take out a pencil and a paper and list out the things that you worry the most, and then try to give them a more positive spin. It just makes those worries suddenly seem less overwhelming. Show us that even our biggest fears have at least one direction or one solution that we can actually work on. Tip number 4, try think of your biggest fear, and then imagine that your best friend is worrying the same. It's easier for us to look at the bright side when it's not our own case. So just imagine that it's not your own case, and listen to yourself what you would say to that person. Tip number 5, do you feel like crying right now? If your answer is yes, here is a list of good places to cry. If your answer is no, maybe you could use a little cry right now. Feel free to cry through this video. A hug. Tip number 6. Imagine sometime in the future, you're in a better place. That came out pretty wrong. Imagine that you're in a better place in the future. You're more confident about who you are, where you are, and what you want. What would the future you think that you need right now? So try imagine that situation and tell yourself something that you need to know. Tip number 7, nobody requires us to be happy all the time. It's perfectly okay for you to feel sad, because sadness can actually be a result of us once being happy. So if you're too controlling and protecting yourself from sadness, you're also limiting your chance of being happy. So when you realize how this works, you will feel much relieved about letting go of things and try not to be so controlling. Tip number 8, go outside every day for at least 10 minutes. You can actually just go out in your PJs, in your slippers, with your unwashed hair, unbrushed teeth. Nobody cares. Or you can dress up, put on some makeup. Up to you. Important thing is just be outside for at least 10 minutes. Staying indoors for a whole day without going out enhances your loneliness, your depression, and leaves you with too much room for overthinking. So just go outside. Tip number 9, turn off your social media notifications, make a schedule for the shows or the videos that you really want to watch, and strictly stick to that schedule. If you don't have anything that you want to watch on that day, then just leave it blank and don't watch any other shows. The reason we're doing this is because social media actually so easily allows you to compare yourself, like compare your inside to other people's deliberately crafted outside. So it's really not fair for you, right? And the other reason is because that social media notifications especially distracts us so much. It's also a really big reason why we're not feeling like we're achieving anything. Try this tip for a week and see how it works out for you. Tip number 10. We're finally there, yay! Try to make a list of things that you think will make you happy. Now make another list of the things that actually make you happy. Can you see right there that the second list is actually full of things that we've already have? It works like that. The things that actually makes us happy aren't usually the things that we think we need. So yeah, those were the 10 tips that I feel like really helped me a lot, and I hope they will help you as well. So it's essentially a workbook that you can write things down and create some cute graphics or really sad faces. So if you like this video and find it helpful, leave me comments and let me know how you feel. Subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more of my sharings. Follow me on Instagram if you don't feel like getting this book, because I will be posting out some other useful tips, and really hope that this video will help you feel less sad